Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. The boys and I just moved the cow mob in here. We've got everybody together now, except for the steers and the bulls. But there's around 400 head in here, and they're doing good. It's actually the first day in November. I don't know where October went. I was going to show you this bull calf. I'm going to get the sun on his side. You see him a little better. These cows are just really, really good condition. Look at the fat on the cow. That's all grass fat, no grain. Calves got good hair coats on them. You can tell a lot about the condition of your cattle by looking at the tail head. The tail head is the area right there on the butt, where the tail comes over the butt. If there's fat and wrinkles in that tail, right where it comes off right here, that animal is really, really in good shape. You can see it on that one over there. She's actually got the, call those love handles. She's got deposits of fat on each side of the tail. It's just unbelievable how good a condition these cattle are in. Kentucky 31 fescue. That's what this is. If you look up through there you can see them. We're giving them big paddocks right now. We got an inch and a half of rain 2 days ago. It did green the grass up. The grass is more brown. And this is Friday. We're supposed to be getting some more rain maybe on Saturday and Sunday. We're getting frost every morning now. I had to scrape the window this morning, but this grass is growing because it's getting in the 70s in the daytime. I think today it hit 71. Yesterday was actually it got up to almost 80. You know, so we can keep some warmer daytime temps, even though it does frost at night. If you get moisture, these are cool season grasses. They'll continue to put up a little bit of leaf, and every time you can get something to grow, even an inch over, you know, let's say you got 100 acres of grass, that's 100 inch acres of grass. Boy, that cow there looks good. Look at her. And she's a beaut. You can't make him any birdier than that. Look at the udder on her. She's got these little bitty teats. There's no hair on the udder. You like to have buckskin on the udder. Got a nice gut, big old gut on her. Gotta have gut on your cows, folks. So that cow's gonna weigh, she's in good condition. She's got a calf on her. She's gonna weigh probably 950. Yeah, she might go 1,000. I bet it's more like 950. This one beside her, that's a younger cow. This is a 2019 right here in front of us. And this is a 2002. So she would be 3 years younger. She's got a calf on her. And she looks pretty good. We were looking at the calves on our first calf heifers, the ones that calved this year, and most of them have at least 50% of their body weight in weight on the calf, which that's kind of what you're shooting for. Oh, there's another good one. My goodness. Whew, look at that one. Hey. I could stand there all day and watch that cow do that. You see that dark oily streak going down her neck? starting at the neck, goes all the way back to her butt there. See that? That's something you want to be looking for. You get that dark oily streak running down the top of their body. That's telling you that all their internal organs are working perfectly. In 33, you're just a beautiful cow. Hey, I like gut. I think I said that before, but I'll say it again. Folks, we've bred all the gut out of the cattle. In the United States, you don't have gut on the cows anymore. They've bred them to form in grain and feedlots, and they don't have gut capacity. You got to feed them grain to get them to go through the winter so they'll breed back. Look at the fat on that cow's butt. Look at that. She's got a calf sucking on her, and she's able to put that much fat on that tail head. You can hardly see the tail, so all that fat pushing out around it. It's November 1st. So that cow there's got a body condition score of 7. She might even be 7.5. So if you've got thin cows now, folks, and that you can see bones on them, it's too late. You can't get them fat now. It's getting cold at night, and the only thing you can do is sell that animal. Well, I shouldn't say that's the only thing. You can feed it. You can go get the grain and feed it grain and high quality hay, and you might get some weight on it, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you so much money. And probably part of that might be your fault, the way you grazed them. I see so many people, I don't know what the craze is, but they're pushing their animals so hard, trying to take everything. And if you look at them, they look awful. They don't have any meat on them. They don't have any fat. You gotta have fat cow, folks, this time of year. There's another fat one. Look at that. That is a nice, plump looking cow. It's got a nice, plump calf on her. Now here's a heifer that just got exposed this year. And so she would have been exposed to a bull in July. Boy, she's a beaut. Hey, these are all southpaws. There's another one. There's her sister right past her there. There's another one. Folks, those are the kind of cows you're trying to breed. You want cows like that. They almost look like you've been feeding them grain. And we don't do that. There's no way I would ever do that, because that's a good way to go broke. I tell you why I'd never do it, and that's because I did it in my early days. When I first started, folks, I didn't know anything, so I listened to all the professionals, and they all told me, well, Greg, when it gets wintertime, you got to feed them cows grain. And if you don't, they're not going to perform, and you're going to have about 50% open cows because they're not going to breed back. You'd be lucky to get them in calf, so you got to feed them grain. And so, you know, dummy me, yeah, I'm going to go get me some grain. At the end of the year, there wasn't any money left. None. Matter of fact, I went in the hole. Oh, that's no fun. It's no fun to work all winter long and end up with nothing. Shouldn't be that way. And it doesn't need to be that way. So it's up to you. You have to make the decision if you want to make money in the beef cattle business. And I get it. I have people all the time tell me there is no money. There's no money in beef cattle production. And I don't argue with them anymore. I just sit there and look at them. Because Ian told me, my old friend from Africa, you know what he told me? He said, the problem is in the heart. They've done it one way their whole life, and they're too proud to realize that the way they're doing may not be the right way of doing it. And they're just not going to change. He said, you could drag that fella over to a water trough if he's thirsting to death and stick his head down in that water. and he'll drown before he takes a drink. Leave him alone. That's what he told me. Just leave him alone. Let him catch up later. Look at that little cat. That's a little fall cat. He's got a honey locust pod in his mouth. Look at that. Looks like a piece of licorice. We got him another one. There's a bunch of honey locust pods out here. Look at them. Bet they won't be here in the morning. You know those beans have around 33% sugar, the actual bean in there. The old timers used to gather those up and feed them as fodder in the wintertime. Look at that. That cow, there's nails. They're all nailing them. Look at that. This one's got a big old honey locust pod in her mouth. That good? Yeah, it tastes like licorice. Look at him. Eating them pods. I love it. So everybody curses that tree right there. That is a honey locust, and it's got thorns all over it. But folks, when it can drop fodder on the ground that makes your cows fat in the fall, sign me up. And I'll tell you another thing about that tree. Animals are not going to kill it. It's a legume. It fixes nitrogen. And all the leaves that fall off that tree are pure nitrogen. And they grow fast. They make tremendous shade trees. And they have their own anti-itch mechanism built on them. Well, them cows are just pigging out on them. Look at that. They obviously taste good. Look at that fight. That one's got, let me have it. Try to take it out of his mouth. So you can grow, you have a tree that has a root system 20, 30 feet long, and it's growing, I bet you there's 5,000 pods here on the ground. Look at that. I mean, that's food. High quality feed. It's all grown by those trees that everybody wants to kill. I'll leave them. I'm leaving them. But now, not all landowners will let you keep them. Some landowners want you to cut them all, but this landowner, I've told him, I said, I'd like to keep some of these, and I promise you, I won't let them take over your farm. So when I leased this farm, folks, that tree right there, it was about as big around as my wrist. That's it. Now that thing's probably 18 to 20 inches across. Yeah, it got hurt by the storm. It broke a branch out of it, but shoot, that tree's gonna probably live another 100 years. It's gonna be feeding honey locust pods to my cows for her. Look at that, isn't that awesome? I love it. I love it. Makes you want to go and stick one in your mouth and chew on it. Sure does. Folks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to continue watching the cows eat honey locust pods. And you all have a good one, and we'll see you down the road.